welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea, and I have another video for you guys. Today, I want to talk about Bitcoin because we're range bound, and I want to give you guys my opinion on where I think we could be headed here. So without further ado, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's hop into this video. So guys, right now, Bitcoin is trading just below $64,000. Bitcoin dominance right exactly at 54% when you exclude stablecoins. 56% around that level, kind of range bound. I'm going to show you guys the Bitcoin dominance chart here shortly. But all in all here, guys, we're consolidating. We're range bound. It's a day after the halving. Pat yourselves on the back if you've been here. This is your first halving. Let me know in the comment section below if this is your first halving. Very, very curious. This is almost my second halving? Yeah, this is my second halving. Yeah, how about that? Very interesting stuff. Wait, actually, you know what? Now I need to look at this. This is my third halving. How about that? That's pretty incredible. I was around here and back in 2016, so this is my third halving. Let me know in the comment section below how many halvings you've been through, guys. Very, very curious. But back to the content here. Right now, liquidity is moving into the crypto space. It is moving in. People are still... No, everyone is expecting a big move to the upside or a great big move right away after the halving. Guys, it hasn't even been 24 hours. Be patient. Be patient. Usually around the halving, it's quite boring if you look at the past halvings, and we'll take a look at that shortly. But I do want to mainly talk about Bitcoin dominance today because Bitcoin dominance is trading at 54%. It's made that big move to the upside when we got that little capitulation leading into the halving, when there was all the conflict going on, where basically everybody was panic selling because they thought World War III was happening. And sure, this conflict is early. There's still a lot to develop with it. But at the same time, guys, there's a good chance that there's just a lot of drama and it will blow over. There's definitely a chance of that happening. And even if it doesn't blow over, it doesn't mean that the markets will care. It's crazy. I wish no harm on anybody in the world. I think it's terrible when there's conflicts like this going on, but the markets sometimes don't care at all. It's very interesting. They will rally into war. The economy will thrive. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. But Bitcoin dominance right now, we made that big move to the upside, touched that 57% level, but now we are getting rejected off of it and kind of finding a little bit of a not corrective period, but building a little bit of a structure after that big move to the upside. Now, the real question is here, are we going to make our way back up to 57%? Or was that the top for Bitcoin dominance? In my opinion, guys, I don't think that was the top. I think that we are right on the cusp. The next big thing that's going to happen in crypto is we're going to see Bitcoin make a large move to the upside. May see a correction before that, maybe a little bit of a sell the May and walk away type of event. But if we do see that, I don't expect a massive drawdown, and I do think it will not last very long. I keep going back to the point and talking about, guys, it's an election year. Presidential candidates can't afford for the recession talk to be brought up. The can needs to be kicked down the road more before we see a big spillover in the S&P 500. So, that being said, my conclusion is that we probably spill over a little bit, and then at the end of Q2 is when we really start to see some big moves. But right now, corrective period, trade around 60,000 to 75,000 for a month or two, maybe even touch 57,000? Sure, on the table. And I think that seeing that corrective period play out sooner than later will give us a better outcome for the bulls. To see a larger move to the upside, to see longer and higher bull market if we get that corrective move sooner than later. But that being said, so what does that mean for Bitcoin dominance? I think that whether we get an impulse wave to the downside or sideways price action will probably see Bitcoin dominance fall a little bit, like we're seeing right now. we're seeing a little bit of a consolidation around that 55% after we made that big move to the upside to 57. Really, we're at about 56%, down about a percentage. But I do think that if Bitcoin decides to trade sideways, we'll see that, a little bit of a fall. But when we do see that bigger move, that's when I think that we're going to really peak out in Bitcoin dominance. And whether that happens in the next month or two or towards the end of Q2 leading into Q3, time will tell. But I am leaning towards that thesis. So that being said, I think that Bitcoin dominance will probably rally to about that 60% price level when we see that big impulse wave. Bitcoin steps into the spotlight, absorbs a bunch of liquidity, and then after we see that last huge impulse wave to the upside in Bitcoin and we start to trade sideways, that's when you see the altcoins make some big moves. I'm talking the real altcoin season, seeing altcoins go 10x, 100x, 1000x's, big moves. When the memes are flowing, but not just the memes, when big cap altcoins are moving, when you're seeing Solana make a 10x, you're seeing Cardano make a 10x, you're seeing XRP make a 10x, big moves. I'm talking billions of dollars flowing into these quote unquote, you could call them blue chip coins. I don't really like saying that, but that's a good term to label them as. But all in all here, guys, right now, sideways price action. Alts maybe get a little bit of love if we don't get a move to the downside. We don't slide to the downside, which I do think that we probably just range here for a little bit. And then, guys, we're after the halving. We're after the halving. The next step is a new bull market cycle top. So we're going to pay very close attention to that and see how that plays out. But guys, if you like this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Check out some awesome referral links down below. We have a $4,100 sign-in bonus below this video in the description box. All you got to do is click the link to Femex, deposit, trade a little bit, get a bunch of free money. Also go follow me on Twitter at 333Blacksea. I'm very active over there. I also wanted to touch on this a little bit of where we're at. I think we're still in the area between hope and belief. I would even more so say hope and optimism. Back in, I'm surprised there's not a date on this. Back in February 2024, I said optimism. But I still think we're in that area between hope and optimism. I've seen some ridiculous calls, people saying that we're in complacency. Maybe for a local top, sure. Because we did see a move, something similar to that when we were topping out here. I don't even want to say topping out, but making this corrective period after over a year plus of bullish price action. But I do think we're probably in this area down here. We still have this big impulse wave that we're waiting for. And like I said, I think we need a little bit more sideways price action before we get that big move. But I will say, crypto Twitter is pretty bearish, and it's pretty vacant compared to what it was a month ago, which I love. It's very good. It's very healthy. Open interest is very healthy for the bulls. Things are looking good, guys. You got to be patient. But that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.